Our solar system, a cosmic ballet of planets, moons, and stars. It's a place of wonder, filled with mind-blowing facts that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's blast off on a journey through our cosmic neighborhood and uncover some of its most fascinating secrets. We'll journey past scorching hot Venus, where a day is longer than a year. We'll take a peek at Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a storm so large it could swallow Earth whole. And we'll even travel to the icy outskirts of our solar system, where a dwarf planet named after a Disney character resides. Let's start our journey with Venus, our closest planetary neighbor. Venus, often called Earth's twin, is similar in size and structure, but vastly different in many other ways. Venus is a strange world. Its thick, toxic atmosphere is composed mainly of carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid, making it a hostile environment. It's the hottest planet in our solar system, even hotter than Mercury, which is closer to the Sun. The surface temperature on Venus can reach up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. But here's the real kicker. A day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus. This means that if you were standing on Venus, you would experience one sunrise every 243 Earth days. You see, Venus rotates incredibly slowly on its axis. This slow rotation is what causes the long days. It takes a whopping 243 Earth days for Venus to make one full rotation. Imagine waiting that long for the sun to rise again. But here's the catch. It only takes Venus 225 Earth days to orbit the sun. This means that while Venus is slowly spinning, it is also quickly moving around the sun. That means a year on Venus is shorter than a day on Venus. This unique characteristic makes Venus one of the most fascinating planets in our solar system. Talk about a long day at the office. Imagine working for 243 days straight before getting a break. Venus truly redefines the concept of a long day. Next up is Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter is a gas giant, a massive ball of swirling gas and dust. It's so big that you could fit all the other planets in our solar system inside it. But Jupiter's most striking feature is its Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot is a massive storm, a hurricane-like vortex that's been raging on Jupiter for centuries. It's so big that you could fit 3 Earths inside it. Imagine a hurricane that lasts for hundreds of years. Scientists are still trying to understand what powers this massive storm. It's one of the many mysteries of our solar system. Now let's travel to the outer reaches of our solar system, to the realm of icy bodies and dwarf planets. Here we find Pluto, a celestial object that's been the subject of much debate. Once considered our 9th planet, Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. But here's a fun fact. Pluto is named after a Disney character. Well, not exactly. Pluto was discovered in 1930, the same year that Walt Disney introduced the world to Mickey Mouse's canine companion Pluto. Section 5, Fact 4. Saturn's rings could almost circle the Earth. Imagine that. These rings are so vast that if you could stretch them out, they would nearly wrap around our entire planet. Let's move on to Saturn, the ringed jewel of our solar system. This gas giant is not only known for its size, but also for its spectacular rings that have fascinated astronomers for centuries. Saturn's rings are one of the most stunning sights in the night sky. Through a telescope, they appear as delicate, shimmering bands encircling the planet. They're made up of countless particles of ice and rock, ranging in size from tiny grains of dust to massive boulders. These particles reflect sunlight, making the rings visible from Earth. But here's a fact that'll blow your mind. Saturn's rings are incredibly thin. Despite their vast width, the rings are surprisingly slender. They're only about 30 feet or 10 meters thick. To put that into perspective, that's thinner than the length of a standard school bus. That's right, thinner than a school bus. It's astonishing to think that something so expansive can be so thin. If you could somehow gather all the material in Saturn's rings and form it into a ball, the ball would be about the size of a small moon. This gives you an idea of the sheer volume of material spread out in the rings. Despite their thinness, Saturn's rings are incredibly wide, stretching out far into space, spanning a distance of over 175,000 miles, or 282,000 kilometers. That's more than enough to circle the Earth nearly 7 times. Section 6, Fact 5. There's a heart-shaped feature on Pluto, and it's not what you think. Remember Pluto, our dwarf planet friend? Well, Pluto has a secret. It has a giant heart-shaped feature on its surface. This feature, known as Tombaugh Regio, is a vast plain of nitrogen ice. It's about 1,000 miles, or 1,600 kilometers, across and is thought to be relatively young, geologically speaking. Scientists believe that Tombaugh Regio is formed by nitrogen ice that's constantly being replenished from Pluto's atmosphere. It's a reminder that even in the coldest, most distant reaches of our solar system, geological activity is still taking place. Section 7, Fact 6. Uranus spins on its side and no one knows why. Uranus is a bit of an oddball, even for a planet. Its unique characteristics have puzzled scientists for years. Unlike most planets in our solar system, which spin on an axis that's roughly perpendicular to their orbital plane, Uranus is tilted on its side. This means that its axis of rotation is almost parallel to its orbit around the Sun. It's as if the planet was knocked over at some point in its history. This unusual tilt gives Uranus a very distinct and peculiar rotation. Scientists aren't sure what caused Uranus to tip over, but they have a few theories. They continue to study the planet to uncover more clues. One theory suggests that Uranus was struck by a large object early in its history, which knocked it off kilter. This collision could have been with a protoplanet or a massive asteroid. Another theory proposes that Uranus's tilt is the result of gravitational interactions with its neighboring giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn. These interactions could have gradually altered its axis over time. Whatever the cause, Uranus's unique tilt makes for some extreme seasons. Each pole gets around 42 years of continuous sunlight, followed by 42 years of darkness, creating a very unusual seasonal cycle. Section 8. Fact 7. Mars has the tallest mountain in our solar system. Mars, the red planet, is home to the tallest mountain in our solar system. It's called Olympus Mons, and it's a massive shield volcano that towers over the surrounding Martian plains. Olympus Mons is about 16 miles or 25 kilometers high and 374 miles or 600 kilometers in diameter. That's about 3 times the height of Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth. Olympus Mons is so large that if you were standing on its summit, you wouldn't be able to see the base of the volcano because it would curve away beyond the horizon. Section 9, Fact 8. Mercury is shrinking. Our last stop on our solar system adventure takes us to Mercury, the smallest and innermost planet in our solar system. Mercury is a rocky, cratered world that's only slightly larger than our own moon. But here's the thing. Mercury is shrinking. Scientists have discovered that Mercury is contracting as its core cools and solidifies. This contraction is causing the planet's surface to wrinkle and crack, forming scarps or cliffs that can stretch for hundreds of miles. Section 10. Conclusion. The final frontier awaits. These are just a few of the many mind-blowing facts about our solar system. From the scorching heat of Venus to the icy plains of Pluto, our cosmic neighborhood is filled with wonder and intrigue. As we continue to explore and learn more about our solar system, we're sure to uncover even more amazing secrets. So, keep looking up at the stars, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. The final frontier awaits.